I'm about to show you is going to completely change how you think about alien life. Right now, nearly 1 billion miles from Earth, there's a moon hiding beneath thick orange clouds. And what NASA discovered there is so shocking, so that it makes other space discovery look boring by comparison. This is Titan, Saturn's largest moon, and it might be the most important world humanity has ever explored. Beneath that haze lies something that shouldn't exist. Rivers carving through mountains, lakes reflecting sunlight, rain falling from the sky, volcanoes erupting, a complete weather system just like Earth. Except here's the part that's going to melt your brain. The rivers, they're not water. The rain, not H2O. The lakes and oceans, filled with liquid rocket fuel. Methane, actual methane, oceans of it, raining from the sky, carving canyons, filling seas the size of the Black Sea. Titan is the only other world in our entire solar system with liquid on its surface. And that's just scratching the surface of how bizarre this place is. Because deep beneath that frozen crust, NASA found something even more incredible. A hidden ocean of liquid water stretching across the entire moon. And where there's water, where there are organic molecules, where active chemistry is happening right now, there's the very real possibility of life. I'm not talking maybe. I'm not talking someday. I'm talking about life that could exist right now, today on Titan. And we might be just 10 years away from finding it. By the end of this video, you're going to see actual images from Titan's surface taken by a probe that landed there. You'll witness what it's like to stand on an alien world. And you'll understand why NASA is so desperate to get back there that they're sending a nuclear-powered helicopter drone in 2028. This is the story of the most Earth-like world we've ever discovered. And I promise you, it's going to blow your mind. But first, only 13% of subscribers get notifications. So smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. You do not want to miss what's coming. Our first encounter with Titan was in 1979. NASA's Pioneer 11 spacecraft flew past Saturn for the first time. Scientists were dying to see what Saturn's largest moon actually looked like. But all they saw? Thick orange clouds, impenetrable haze. The surface was completely hidden. Frustrating doesn't even begin to cover it. But Pioneer did discover something that made scientists freak out. Titan has a thick atmosphere rich in nitrogen, just like Earth. In fact, the majority of our own atmosphere is nitrogen too. Already Titan was looking weirdly familiar, but then came the discovery that changed everything. Hydrocarbons. Carbon atoms bonded to hydrogen, the literal building blocks of life. Your DNA? Built on hydrocarbons. Proteins? Hydrocarbons. Every single living thing on Earth? Hydrocarbons. And Titan's atmosphere is absolutely loaded with them. Specifically methane, natural gas, the same stuff we burn for fuel. Now here's why this is absolutely insane. If you can find oxygen on Titan, you don't just have building blocks. You have fuel for life. You have carbohydrates. And guess what? There is oxygen on Titan. But it's locked beneath the surface, and we're going deep to find it. Stay with me. Pioneer also measured something weird about Titan's gravity. For being so much bigger than our moon, actually larger than the planet Mercury, Titan's gravity is weaker, which means it's not very dense, which means it can't be solid rock all the way through. And here's where it gets wild. The combination of thick atmosphere and low gravity means if you put on a wingsuit and jumped off a cliff, you could fly like a bird for as long as you wanted, just gliding through orange skies above lakes of rocket fuel. Tell me that doesn't sound like the coolest thing ever. Comment below if you'd actually do this, because I absolutely would. This is what NASA found in the 70s, Earth-like ingredients, organic molecules, weak gravity, all hiding in the outer solar system. They knew something incredible was beneath those clouds, but they had to wait 25 years for technology to catch up. And let me tell you, the wait was worth it. 2004, the Cassini spacecraft finally arrived at Saturn. This was a massive joint mission between NASA, the European Space Agency, and the Italian Space Agency. Cassini had advanced radar and infrared scanners that could slice right through Titan's atmosphere. Over 13 years, it flew past Titan 27 times, and what it found changed everything. Titan is the only moon in the solar system with a thick atmosphere, 4 times denser than Earth's. But here's the twist. It creates a reverse greenhouse effect. Instead of trapping heat, It blocks out the sun and traps the cold. As you descend toward the surface, methane gas gets colder and colder until it liquefies and falls as rain onto a surface of ice frozen harder than granite. The average temperature? -179 Celsius, just 3 degrees above methane's freezing point. It's the absolute perfect temperature for a complete cycle. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, just like Earth's water cycle, except with liquid rocket fuel. The result? Flowing rivers of methane, lakes of methane, seas of methane, all across the surface, making Titan the only world besides Earth with stable liquid on its surface, the only one, out of hundreds of moons and planets we've discovered. Now, some scientists say we should focus on Mars instead of Titan. And honestly, that's ridiculous. Mars is a frozen desert. Titan has lakes, rivers, weather, organic chemistry happening right now. If you ask me, we're looking in the wrong place. But comment below and tell me if you disagree, because I know some of you will. The people who built Cassini were absolute geniuses. They knew Titan would be incredible. So the European Space Agency built a second probe, the Huygens lander, named after the Dutch astronomer who discovered Titan. This probe was designed to do something insane, parachute down through the atmosphere and land on the surface. In January 2005, Huygens detached from Cassini and began its descent. The target? The shoreline of what they thought was a small lake. It had 3 hours of battery, 2.5 spent slowly parachuting down. And when Huygens broke through the clouds, what it saw was absolutely breathtaking. A dark valley carved between bright mountain ranges. As it descended, you could clearly see drainage channels. Streams cut into the mountainsides, some hundreds of meters wide, kilometers long, created by methane rain eroding the terrain over millions of years. Huygens came down right into that dark valley, and as it got closer, they realized something. No liquid. It was landing in a dried-up riverbed. When it touched down, it punched 12 centimeters into the surface. Bounced, slid about 40 centimeters, wobbled, stopped. The camera activated, and what it showed was stunning. Take away the orange tint, and it looked exactly like the bottom of a river on Earth. Large, rounded stones smoothed by flowing liquid. Smaller pebbles scattered around. Sandy surface, except none of it was rock, it was water ice. Frozen so hard it looked and acted like stone. The mountains in the distance, ice. The boulders, ice. Everything. Water, H2O, oxygen, but frozen completely solid. The ground around the lander, scientists think it's a bizarre hydrocarbon snow. Thin, crusty layer on top, soft, fluffy texture underneath. As the camera panned across the landscape, you could see heat waves shimmering. The probe's lamp was causing surface evaporation. At one point, a drop of liquid methane dew dripped right past the lens. When the camera looked up at the sky, the sun was 1/10 the size it appears from Earth. Even though it was noon on Titan, the light was only as bright as sunset on our planet. What would you do if you were the first human to stand there? To see that view with your own eyes? Comment below because I want to know. What Huygens found was incredible, but it landed at the wrong time. It missed the most important discovery, the liquid methane. So where did it go? Here's the thing. Titan's methane cycle is nothing like Earth's water cycle, and the difference is terrifying. On Earth, we get rain frequently because the sun drives constant evaporation. On Titan, with barely any sunlight, methane evaporates incredibly slowly. But when it does evaporate, it gets trapped in those dense clouds. And the clouds can hold absolutely massive amounts before releasing anything. The result? Droughts that last hundreds of years. Centuries of bone-dry riverbeds and empty lake basins. And then, without warning, the clouds finally break. And when they do, it's not a gentle rain. It's apocalyptic flooding. Flash floods of liquid methane roaring down mountains, filling lakes in days, transforming the entire landscape. Imagine waiting 300 years for a single drop of rain. Then suddenly the sky opens and entire valleys flood in hours. That's Titan. Huygens didn't visit during the rainy season, but that doesn't mean Titan was completely dry. As Cassini kept watching over 13 years, it discovered something amazing. During the dry season, liquid methane collects at the poles, and the probe learned to spot them by looking for bright reflections, sunlight bouncing off liquid surfaces. The first lake they identified? Ontario Lacus. Named after Lake Ontario because the shapes are almost identical. Titan's version is 20% smaller, but still covers 15,000 square kilometers. The lake is shallow, between 40 centimeters and 3 meters deep on average. And here's what's really eerie. The surface is almost perfectly still. Waves only reach 3 millimeters in height. To the naked eye, it would look flat as glass, a mirror reflecting the orange sky. Scientists still don't know why it's so calm. Given the atmosphere and gravity, waves should actually be bigger than Earth's, but they're not. Which theory makes more sense to you? Thick methane suppressing waves, or something else? Drop a comment with your guess. But Ontario Lycus is tiny compared to what else can see be found. At Titan's North Pole sits Kraken Mare, a methane ocean 400,000 square kilometers, almost as large as the Black Sea on Earth, big enough that it experiences actual tides from Saturn's gravity. The liquid methane rises and falls up to 1 meter. It's relatively shallow for its size, around 300 meters deep. But still, an alien ocean of liquid methane on a moon nearly 1 billion miles away. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever heard? Titan's methane seas versus Earth's water oceans, which is more impressive? Fight me in the comments. But liquid lakes aren't the only active geology on Titan. There are volcanoes, except they don't erupt molten rock. They erupt slushy ice water mixed with ammonia. Ice volcanoes, cryovolcanoes, erupting freezing slush instead of lava. How does liquid water exist when everything's so cold? Ammonia. It acts as natural antifreeze. Abundant in the outer solar system, just nitrogen and hydrogen combined. On Titan's surface, ammonia evaporated and created the nitrogen atmosphere. Below the surface, it mixed with water ice and kept it partially liquid. If we could slice Titan open, here's what we'd see. A solid crust of frozen ice on top. Below that, a layer of slushy ice water mixed with ammonia that occasionally erupts through cryovolcanoes. And beneath that slush, this is the big one. A global ocean of liquid water sitting on top of Titan's rocky core. An entire ocean, liquid water. Beneath the ice, we have water, we have organic hydrocarbons. Combine them and you get carbohydrates, the fuel that powers life. And through cryovolcanic eruptions, there's active mixing happening. The two ingredients are meeting each other right now. We're not saying there are aliens swimming around down there, but primitive bacteria, microbes clinging to volcanic vents, that absolutely could exist. And this is why NASA is spending hundreds of millions of dollars on Dragonfly, a nuclear-powered helicopter drone, designed to fly across Titan's landscape, collecting samples, running experiments in a mobile laboratory, launching 2028, arriving 2034. This isn't just exploration. This is humanity's best chance at finding alien life in our lifetime. Do you think we'll find life on Titan? Yes or no? Comment below. Because 10 years from now, we might actually know the answer. If we find even a single living cell on Titan, it changes everything. It means life isn't rare. It means life could be everywhere in the universe, on moons, on planets we haven't even discovered yet. Your kids could grow up in a world where we know for certain that we're not alone. That's what's at stake here. That's why Titan matters. If this video absolutely blew your mind, smash that like button right now. Drop a comment with your thoughts. And subscribe to the Curiosity Beast because we're covering the biggest cosmos every single day. Thanks for watching. Curiosity Beast. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and never stop feeding that curiosity.